Welcome to Foundations TV, everybody. We are here at the Best Western Royal Plaza today, where a very charming and young girl is actually exhibiting her work of art. Absolute beauty is being exhibited here as her paintings for a cause. We have Meghna right here with us. Meghna, welcome to Foundations TV.
Thank you so much. I'm really happy to be here.
So, Meghna, we just walked around and we took a quick look at your paintings. They are incredible. So, why don't we start off with how the response has been since morning for you?
So, I have been like a lot of people came to my exhibition and they really liked my paintings. So, I'm really happy about that. And yeah, they really enjoy it and they're so curious about what I do in my paintings.
So, I believe that you are donating towards a certain cause today. So, could you elaborate a little bit on the cause that you're donating for?
So there's not specifically like a cause. I just really want to help like the organization right here, PPAL, and they are really supportive of me and they gave a lot of like contributions and they really helped me throughout this. So I think it's because I can help their community and that just makes me feel really proud of myself and I'm just really helping the people who are in need. So yeah.
Do you know what the organization does?
They actually like to help other people like who are in need, giving like shelters and things like that, people who have problems in their lives and yeah.
So there you go. That's the cause, right? Wonderful. Now, let's talk a little bit about your journey as an artist, Meghna. When did you start painting?
I started painting when I was 3, so it's been about 9 years or so, and I got a lot of experience with it. So yeah, I'm so happy.
Yeah, that's good. And tell us something about how you come up with an idea when you begin a painting. What is it that inspires you, or what is it that kicks you right off into, kind of that drive that once you get up and go in front of a canvas, pick up a paintbrush and start painting? What is it?
Well, I got the question from a lot of people, and it's really basically like I look at other people's paintings and I get kind of inspired by other people and their different types of textures. And sometimes it's like I don't even get inspired. Like I don't really have like this. I get this like gut feeling in my like heart, and I feel like I have to do something, but I don't know what. And then I know it's painting, so I just kind of relieve all my emotions in that. So on the canvas. So yeah.
I love the way you said it. You relieve all your emotions on canvas, and that truly is the purpose of art. Now, I'm going to ask you a tough question. When you go close to a canvas, do you know when you start the first stroke, do you already know where you're headed, or do you work your way through and kind of evolve as you're working on your painting?
It's always evolving. It's never like I don't think, well, I might have a blurry vision in my subconscious mind, but I don't realize that until I have the canvas and the brush and the paints. So yeah, I just realize everything as I go on and on. So yeah, I like that.
That is beautiful. That is the thoughts and the words of a true artist, somebody who is doing it as a passion from their heart, definitely. And Meghna, how old are you?
Right now, I'm actually 12 years old. I'm going to be 13 in June, so yay.
That is fantastic. And for somebody that young and at that age to get into using their art towards a cause is absolutely inspirational and very phenomenal. So keep up the good work, Meghna. We are very proud of you as a community.
So much. And I'm so thankful for everyone who's supporting me. So thank you, everybody. Thank you so much.
That is wonderful. We are very proud of you. Now, what I do want you to do is maybe walk around and tell us a little bit about every painting.
Of course, yeah. So we'll start off with this one right here. I did this when I was 9 years old, and it's like very authentic Indian style, but it's kind of different. And so I really enjoy the painting with the different patterns and textures. For this one right here, it's like a goddess in India, but it's like Lord Shiva, but as a girl, a woman. And she's like meditating in a very calm and like very like thoughtful, creative mood. She's in her deep like thoughts and everything like that. So I really love that painting. Right here, this is Buddha, but he's in a different version. I magnified it, and I made it a little bit different than how Buddha would actually look like. His ears are a little bit different. His hair is a little bit different. All sorts of colors, and that's just how it really represents, and that's how I feel Buddha would look like in my head. This one I used chalk, and it's called Expressions. So I used chalk for this, and I also used white paint and made the really cool details in it and that really good foggy and good effect that you get from a painting. As we go on, this one is one of my favorite paintings actually. It's called Motherhood. Well, I like to call it Motherhood, but I think it has another name. So this just kind of reminds me of me and my mom when I was little and she used to carry me, and it's just a really nice thought of how a mother takes care of her child and is always protective of her. And those right there, if you can see, those are the guardian angels. So yeah. Here, this is called actually The Beauty of the Rain, and it's how like the rain can actually give a really good effect to people, and how it just really changes the whole environment and whole thinking process of everybody, and how they just really connect towards each other. This one right here, this one's called The Lost Love, and this actually is an older woman, and she's thinking of her lost love who was when she was younger. And yeah, so she's just remembering him, but she lost him right now and he's not alive anymore. So right now she can only remember him when he was younger. So, and then yeah, so this one is Curiosity and Wonder, because this is when I was kind of little and I remember it as that way. And I used to be always curious of other things and stuff like that. So it's just this little girl, and she's staring at the caterpillar out of curiosity, and I used to do the same thing. So yeah, and that's actually one of my favorite paintings, just letting you know. This was a recent one, and it's one of my favorites, like favorites. And I used plaster for this, and it's kind of like really different texture. I've never really seen this texture before. Kind of experimented with it, and I really liked the texture. So this is actually called God's Exceptional Creation, and this is neither a man or a woman, but it's kind of like a different sort of God's creation. Generally, I've never really seen this type of sort of creature. It's kind of like, it's not even a human sometimes when I think about it. It's just very different from the rest of us. So these are two of my landscapes that I've done, and this is just kind of from the top of my head. They come out really differently. I like the mountains a lot. It gives me a very calm, very like pleasant, a place where I like to be. It's kind of like my dream place. So this one right here, it's called the Nature Series Tranquility. And this one is the Nature Series. It's just not really specific or anything, but these two paintings, I feel they're really connected towards each other. This one, I really wish I could be living in that house. And yeah, I just love everything about these two paintings, so they're my favorite. Let's go on over here. So this is one of my recent paintings as well, and it is called, I can't really exactly see what that is, but I think it's like a different type of creation. And this would go on my abstract sort of depressing series, where like generally people can have this time where they're in a state when they're really sad or really depressed at times. So this one would be one of them, and she is kind of separated from her family in the slavery times and those really war times and stuff like that, where the African Americans used to be enslaved, and they used to be imprisoned, and they're separated from their homes. So her face just kind of represent that to me. So that's how I got the name and the title. This one, it's very, very dark. This landscape right here. This is by the Nature Series, these three. And this one's a little bit more different because it's really dark and very like swampy, very like gloomy and everything. And I really kind of liked that mysterious look and that vibe it gave to it. So and at night I really like to stay at these places where the lake is like glistening from the moon, and it's just a really good place to live in. So I really like that one. And this one I did when I was 9. Some people couldn't even believe it, but it's true. And I really like this because these are kind of like my authentic styles. Like before, I used to really like these type of styles. Right now my styles are changing, but this one, it's like very like abstract sort of impressionist paintings, and I use like glitter and like all sorts of like textural tools to make this right here. So, yep. And this one right here, it's also recent. It's called the Nature Series, and it's called Tranquility. This is also a very calm environment. And what's special about this is that it has, I think, a lot of detailing to it. Like, generally, not many of my paintings would have that much detailing. But this one has a lot of detailing. So, I mean, like, I think I really like this painting among the rest of them because it's just a lot of trees and a lot of detailing and all sorts of type of trees that you generally wouldn't really see. So I think this is really cool, and I love the stones, by the way. Anyway, this is probably my most favorite painting among all of them. And I think a lot of people loved like one other painting that I've done recently as well, but I think, to be honest, what I really feel is that I'm gonna like sort of like bear this sort of moment right here. So this is actually called Distraught, and it's about 2 teenage girls who generally teenagers cannot communicate because they're having different sort of thoughts and different sort of thinkings and so many like really deep thoughts, and they just cannot communicate because when you're in that age you don't really understand who you really are. So they're trying to communicate, but they're really sad because they just can't match up together. So the father right here, he is actually really upset because children don't listen either. Teenagers, they just don't listen. They don't know who they are. They won't listen to anyone, and they just want to close all the doors and just shut them all down and stay in their own world. So this is just called Distraught, and how teenagers evolve from this sort of moment that they have, depressing moment in their life. This painting, it's called The Dream, and I think it's really cute because I haven't really done this recently. It was kind of old, I guess, last year or so. And it's this woman and her father, and he's just saying, "You'll always be my daddy's little girl," and it reminds me of me and my own father. So I think it just really kind of resembles, all my paintings really resemble me in every way. I think this one is kind of really resembling me, so I really like this painting a lot. So as we proceed, I really like this painting. It's probably my second favorite painting among that one. So this is called Translucent. I really like this because my favorite colors are purple and things like that. The purples, the gold, and everything like that. So this has a lot of details, as you can see, and she's kind of different. She's very unique from generally a lot of people. She always wants to be the spotlight of everyone, and she wants to be shining throughout all of the times. And this is just kind of abstract, I guess, the background. As you can see, I used some sort of cloth right here, and I used glitter glue, so I'm just experimenting with all of the textures that I've used throughout my paintings. And this one is by my Nature series, and this is the second Tranquility. So here I used mountains for this, and I really like my mountains because, well, they represent me somehow. I don't know why, but so here it's just like a valley where you can go hiking, and there's the trees, and everything is just so detailed, and I really like this a lot. And yeah, so those are my mountains and everything like that. And then we come here, and this one is very bold, I guess, because not many people like to talk about all these different types of artwork, but I think it's very unique and very different, and I really appreciate these type of artwork because especially I used a lot of texture with the acrylic paint that I've used, and I kind of like stomped it to create the texture. Then here, this is just like love and intimacy, so it's like showing how generally us humans are and how we all go through this, and it's just very different and intricate, and I just really like to show all that detail that were in the paints and those colors and how they combine together. Here, this is a painting, and it's a landscape, and it's actually a sunset one, because I really like sunsets, and I love how the colors kind of combine together and they kind of create a sort of weird and very like rainbowish effect, because I love rainbows and I love the sunset as well. I like all sorts of colors in landscape, so that's my favorite one as well, this landscape series. So yeah, that's actually pretty much about it. So thank you so much, and I hope you guys liked my paintings very much. And
We have with us Lydia, who is one of the volunteers with the organization that Megan is supporting today. So Lydia, welcome to Foundations TV.
Thanks for having me here.
It's a pleasure. Well, why don't you tell us something about the cause and the organization and your role with the organization?
Absolutely. So my name is Lydia. I'm the youth program manager at PAL and Youth Move Massachusetts, which means I have a really fun job. I get to work with teenagers ages 13 and up, so 27-ish right now, who have behavioral, emotional, or mental health needs. And we offer free parent-to-parent support for their families, but also free youth-to-youth support for them. So we offer peer support, trainings, advocacy, and opportunity for leadership development for these young people who are often feeling very alone or isolated or don't really know how to talk about what they've been through. So offering a place where we can all come together, have some dinner once a week together, and figure out how we want to raise awareness and change society for the better around mental health, busting stigma, that kind of stuff.
Now, where is the center located where people meet up?
So the Parent Professional Advocacy League is a statewide organization. We have an office in Boston and we have an office in Worcester. All of our youth programming right now meets out of Worcester, but we're trying really hard to expand in the next year. But we will serve any parent in Massachusetts who calls us. And there's no insurance needed, there's no eligibility, there's no referral. So any parent who has a question about their young person's mental health or behavioral health can call us, find information, resources, get connected to professionals in their area. We're all about supporting parents and making the connection, because calling 100 different people and getting hung up on is exhausting. So we want to shorten that process, make sure parents find the information, find the resources, and can support their kid the best way, quickest.
That's really good. That is incredible work, of course. So how can people find you?
So the easiest way to find the youth programming is probably searching for Youth Move Massachusetts on Facebook. And if a young person messages our Facebook page, myself or Chandra, our peer support specialist, answers those messages. You can also call our office in Worcester at 508-767-9725, and we'll get you connected to the right person. We can take calls in English and Spanish now in both offices. And the easiest way via email is info@ppal.net, and that'll get us sorted. We've got the right person the right time.
Fantastic. Now, let's get to today's exhibition. This is brilliant work by Megan. So I want to know more about the association. How did that happen?
So we were very lucky in that Megan and Binu contacted us. So we had set up an art show for mental health awareness on May 5th. And I believe Binu emailed us and said, hey, my daughter paints, and we'd love to show off some of her work at the art show. And I said, great, this is excellent. But then she emailed me pictures of your I met you and you saw the paintings. Yeah, and I was floored by how incredible they were. I have to count to 10 and lie down if I draw a tree. So I was very impressed by Megan's work, and we're really excited to partner with her at our annual conference and celebration today and show off even more of her great, great work. So absolutely, we love having you here.
And it makes sense because this is a youth program and she is incredibly young. I mean, she's just 12 and not even entered her teens yet. And she is now getting the exposure to what all happens out there early on in her life. And she's able to contribute towards, a cause which is so beneficial for youth. So I think that's a great opportunity for her, and it's a great match. So that's very well done. Congratulations. And I wish you all the best. We wish you all the best for this event today.
Thank you so much. Thank you.